Hello there, Ibukumbadijo, aka Travel Genius. If this is the first time you are visiting my channel, I want you to subscribe, like this video, watch my previous videos because it contains a ton load of useful information if you intend visiting Germany. So in today's video, I'll be talking about top reasons why you shouldn't come to Germany. I've talked about some of the good aspects, of Germany, and I'll be sharing, from my own perspective, and experience, what I find quite difficult, or the reasons why you shouldn't come to Germany as an immigrant. And I want you to understand that, like I say in my other videos, that this is more or less like my own experiences and observation. So you shouldn't just take it for what it is. You can do your own research. Okay, so at the top of it is the language. So if you are coming to Germany, I want you to just try as much as possible in your own country. If you can, just go for German language classes. It's very, very important. And one of the things that you must understand is that as an immigrant or as a foreigner, if you do not know the German language, if you are not very proficient in it, at least to like B1, it's going to be quite difficult for you in getting very good opportunities. And from your research, you would have found out that Germany is like a very economic powerhouse in Europe, and if you want to get well-paying jobs, and competitive jobs, as it were, you need to be very proficient in the language. So one of the things you will find very, very difficult for you as an immigrant if you do not know the language, and if you are not someone who wants to learn the language, I would advise that you shouldn't migrate here, because most likely, even though you are a professional, you might be at the bottom of your professional career. And this, what I'm actually saying, it doesn't cut across for every single person. Some persons, are quite lucky and could get jobs, in where they speak English, but for most jobs, most professional jobs, it's actually in German language. Another point is that living or migrating to Germany can be quite tough for an immigrant, and that could possibly be to the fact that the way the society is actually structured might be quite different from where you're actually coming from. So for example, when I used to live in Nigeria, it was we had sort of like a culture that's collectivism. So most times what your problem is the problem of another person, and you have people always coming around you, friends, family, everybody just doing things together. However, in Germany, it's quite different. You have individualistic kind of lifestyle, and everyone is by his or her own self. So I've had several friends who are also immigrants who have complained of being depressed, and that's possibly because they do not have anyone to share their problems with. Now this, I'm not actually saying that the culture here is bad, but it's more or less like something you might actually struggle with if you come over here, especially if it's quite different. Okay. Another reason why you shouldn't come to Germany could possibly be because of the high taxes. Now I met someone some months back, and he was complaining bitterly, and his major reason for complaining was the fact that, in his own word, he said that it's more or less like he makes the money to give back to the government. Now we should understand that the taxes that the government generates is what is used in maintaining the infrastructure in the country, and keep the country running. So if your assumption or is that when you get here, so for example, if you get a job and you are told that you would make about 3,500 euro, it's possible that is just the gross payment. After tax, your take home can be possibly around 2,000 euros, so you pay the rest for taxes. All right, so you should just keep this in mind. So another reason why you should not come to Germany, this might not actually be for everyone, is because of the weather. Now, if you're coming from somewhere that is usually sunny throughout the year, for example, I used to live in Nigeria, and we usually had sunshine or summer for at least about 10 months in the year, and moving to Germany, it was quite will I say a bit difficult, because many times you experience winter, it's spring, and it's usually cold, so this might not actually be a deal breaker for you, because I have actually adjusted within this period of time. But I know some people who they are actually allergic to cold, and if you fall into this category, it might be a struggle for you. So the weather, though the winters are not too harsh, but necessarily it still gets to about -7 degrees, -8, depending on the region where you are in Germany. So this might be a deal breaker, like I actually said. So that is one reason also. So guys, I have summarized this to just 4 reasons why you should not move to Germany. If you fall into any of this category, that it might actually be a struggle. And I want to encourage you, if you have a deep desire to actually come, you should make it a reality. In all sincerity, Germany is a very nice country. There are amazing opportunities. The people are quite nice, and you will like it here. So, but if you actually struggle with 1 or 2 points that I have raised here, then it might not be a good decision for you. So to the next one, I hope you enjoy this video. Please subscribe, like this video, and also share with your friends and family. See you in the next video. Ciao.